Alright, week 11 spring anime. We got some conclusions as well as some setups for like next episode finales. So yeah, very tense, very exciting week. So starting off with Vivy, Fluorite Eyes Song, episode 13. This is the finale. So, we ended this anime, very cool original anime with just like a kick-ass artificial intelligence robot that can also sing. So a lot of like great stuff in this anime. The story had some generic AI like plot line going for it, but besides that, just like the action, animation, singing, characters, everything was like pretty fun. So yeah, we end off with like the time travel like failing the first time last episode. So let's just time travel again. Let's do it again. And then yeah, we do everything the same, but then instead of saving Osamu, we let him die, and then we go like save the terrorists first. So yeah, they go see Yu Kakitani, Elizabeth. They help fight, and then Vivi kind of has her part two of her plan to shut down everything. So this time she's gonna sing her song properly. She's gonna use like all her past experiences to help her. She's finally gonna find out what it means to have a heart. So it's all building up upon her singing the shutdown program to stop all the AIs, while Elizabeth and her squad they're gonna go fight inside the archive building to shut down the satellite. So yeah, Vivi's preparing, Matsumoto's preparing, everyone else is doing their thing. We see Vivi kind of has more of her personality now, so she's not Diva anymore. She's not trying to be Diva. She's Vivi, so she's gonna sing the song. She's not gonna copy like Diva. She's trying to like do it her own way. So she finally finds her own identity this time. So that's pretty cool. She realizes that the people she met, all the timelines shifting, all the different characters, they all like built something inside of her, all these strong stimulus. So everyone she met in her past, they're responsible for making her who she is in the future. So yeah, all her past experiences, she uses that to help her sing. So she's making her way onto the main stage because that's the perfect place to like stop everything. The thing is, she meets her Navi, her old helper program, and it kind of guilts her. It tells her, "Hey, didn't you want to do what Momoka told you to do? Sing with all your heart." But no, now you're like doing some random like shutdown AI program. Like that's not who you are. But then this isn't Diva anymore. It's Vivi. So she kind of goes against her Navi. The Navi tries to like disguise herself as Momoka, the girl we met in episode 1 who gave Vivi her name, to kind of guilt her. But then Vivi like still goes, like she has to do this. So you can't really stop her by guilting her because she gotta like save the world. So yeah, that's what she does. She goes to the main stage and sings her shutdown program, her Fluorite Eyes song. And then we kind of see a montage of like past events, seeing how each of them shaped her, seeing all the former characters she met and all the fights she had throughout the anime. So yeah, she's singing her song finally. She can finally sing of her own accord. And then on the other side, we see Matsumoto. Him and everyone else, they're fighting in the archive building. Matsumoto's zooming up to the top because that's where the satellite shutdown program is. So yeah, he goes up there and he disconnects the satellites from crashing. So everything's all good. The whole world is saved. And as Vivi finally sings her song, she turns herself off as well. So yeah, this is kind of like it was supposed to be a sad scene because Vivi singing the song and then she's dying herself. I didn't really feel sad though. I felt happy. I was like, yo, Vivi finally did it. She accomplished her mission. So yeah, that's how we do. All we see all the kind of people and AIs. There's still a lot of destruction in the world, but all the AIs are shut down. So yeah, the people are fighting back, but then they're like just stomping on these dead AI bodies. So yeah, we stopped the war, but tensions might still be high. So then the anime ends there, but we get a post-credit scene. A really cool scene because we see short-haired Grandma Vivi. She's kind of like, I don't know how much time has passed. It's definitely been over like 100 something years. But she looks like she's getting prepared to sing. Matsumoto kind of visits her and then tells her, yeah, look at all the people outside. They're waiting for you. So yeah, she kind of lost her memory, but I guess she got rebooted. And everything's good now. Humans and AIs, they coexist peacefully. So we solved everything. So yeah, how did I feel about the anime? It was a really great original story. The action, the music, all the characters, they were fun. I thought the story itself was very weak because it's just like kind of a story about AIs. It didn't really like do anything new. It was just like, oh, the AI is evil. They're gonna like try to end humanity. So we gotta kind of fight back by like, traveling through the timeline. So I thought that was cool, traveling through the timeline. But each of the arcs weren't really emotionally powerful by themselves. It wasn't really a fault of the anime. It was just like kind of like, oh, we only get to meet these characters for 2 to 3 episodes, and then there's not really enough time to like develop attachment to these characters. There's a lot of like death, fighting, and loss like happening throughout like each of the scenes. So those moments were really well done. But then overall, yeah, it's just like the story wasn't like amazing. The end was nice. The happy ending we got. We finally see Vivy being like a great super idol protagonist. She can finally sing for herself, and then yeah, she developed her own identity. And then yeah, we saved everyone. So not much to complain about. We got a solid 13 episode show. There was good action, music, comedy, cool characters, and cute moments. So everything was done pretty well, so nothing much to complain about. And I'm down for more type of unique AI stories like this. Okay, so for 86 episode 11, this is like supposed to be the finale, slated for 11 episodes, but there might be a surprise 12 episode kind of like surprise epilogue. So, there's still some stuff to go for this anime. There's like going to be a second core to expand on the world. But overall, this 11 episodes we had, very powerful emotionally. Everything kind of like all the meticulous details that is showed. Everything just felt really well done. So how do our 5 last remaining members of the Spearhead group survive in the wild? Well, they get attacked. So their dog Fido kind of protects them. And then they only have 1 drone left. But then they defeat all the other legions attacking them. But then yeah, since they're out in the wild, just like there are legions everywhere, so they gotta be careful. And the fact that they only have 1 drone left, it means that one person is driving and fighting, while everyone else is in a cart behind it, just like being dragged around. So basically one person is doing the navigating while everyone else is just like chilling, resting. So then yeah, everyone's being transported, and then they go to an abandoned school to rest up at. They're almost out of gas, so that's a big deal. These drones are powered by gas, so once they're gone, you gotta be walking on foot. We see the red-haired girl, Kurina. She's pretty cute because she's like very childish. She's never been to school, so they're like doing some fake attendance thing, pretending to like role play in school, and then she loves every moment of it. So yeah, they're still like enjoying their lives, like as they're exploring, looking for like supplies and resources. But then something kind of huge happens. So while they're traveling on the last day, they climb up this mountainside, and then Shin realizes that some legions are coming to attack them. So he takes over the driving duties, and then he cuts like the cart they have on the back transporting everyone. So Shin goes by himself. He runs away while everyone else is trapped behind this mountain. So Shin's going by himself to fight this big group of legions while everyone else is just like, left behind. But, they obviously don't listen to Shin. They want to help him. So they try to, like, go past the wall he created and then try to save him. So then, yeah, we see Shin. He's fighting most of the legions. There's a lot of them, but he's doing pretty well. But then the thing is, there's a shepherd here. So they meet another shepherd. And then his final words sound like he's trying to guard a princess in his old life. So, yeah, there might be some story points there. But, yeah, like, another shepherd, they don't really have the resources to defeat them. Also, only 1 legion. And then the rest of the 86ers, the Spearhead group, they go try to save Shin with their assault rifles, and then they all seem to get knocked out by these robots. So basically none of these guys have any chance. It looks like Shin straight up died. I think they took his head. So maybe Shin's a legion. So yeah, all of that just to like have them die, and then Shin becoming the next villain. Hopefully that's not what it is, but that's pretty sad. But it's kind of on par for this anime, just like showing sad feudal moments, because yeah, there's not really much we can do. And we also don't see if the rest of the Spearhead group die. Hopefully they don't, but yeah, it's just like ambiguous. But then there's definitely room for like more story to see like what happens to everyone. So then yeah, their fates are up to our imagination. You gotta wait for the second core to come out, but yeah, a cool ending there. And then we kind of cut back to Lena. We finally see her. She goes to the 86th region, and then she has a lot of free time since she's under house arrest. And then she looks through their belongings, all the 86ers, and then she finds a diary. So it's like Shin's notebook, and then they left it for her. So she sees a thank you letter. So it's a sad anime moment where you have like their last words like depicted through a letter. We see all of them. They want her to move forward, like thank you for caring about us, and then maybe give us some flowers if you can find us. And then she also takes care of the cat. So Lena she's not done yet. She still has some goals. She wants to like kind of save everyone. Maybe find them in the future. Maybe she'll fight with them in the battlefield if they turn into legions. So we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, as always for 86, very cool, very emotional. Like I knew from watching the first episode, the story was gonna be very powerful, and it was. And then they set up the emotional moments very well. A lot of payoff when we finally realized like what everything is about. And yeah, there's a lot of questions that are unanswered, like how are we gonna fight back against these legions? Are we ever gonna stop the racism? What's gonna happen? So yeah, there's a lot of powerful anime moments here, and like it's very open-ended, so anything can happen in the future. Alright, and now for Tokyo Revengers, episode 11. Draken's finally saved. We get him to an ambulance. All the other gang members that try to like fight with Takamichi, they all run away. So yeah, everything's fine. We saved the timeline. The thing is, like, Draken does get a heart attack in the ambulance, so his status is kind of like up in the air so far. Is he gonna die? Is he not? But he talks to Takamichi in the ambulance and tells him, "Take care of Mikey for me." So yeah, that was kind of cool. We gotta see if Draken survives. But then anyway, we kind of get some plot details on why the gang fight happened, who created it. So we see Hanma. He's trying to create this Valhalla gang. So like a new enemy rival appears that I don't know why they're gonna target the Tokyo Manji gang, but yeah, just like a new villain. We can kind of like infer their intentions. Maybe they're like related to Kisaki, but there's definitely some underground shit happening that we'll probably learn more about in the future. So yeah, everyone is saved, and then Draken goes to the hospital. So he gets the heart attack. So everyone's still concerned. Yo, is Draken gonna be all right? But then the doctors come out. They say, yeah, we saved his life. So he's all good. Everyone's kind of partying in the hospital. We see Pei. He also regrets everything he did. How he wanted Pa to be kind of bailed out of jail. But then Draken said no. That's why everything started happening. But we realized that Draken cared about Pa so much. He visited him in jail every day. And then like he just stood outside because he couldn't really see them. Only family members can see. So then he just like visited them with their family. He brought gifts. So yeah, Draken's really that boy. He's very loyal, very tough, very honest. And then, he kind of like takes care of his friends. Like he really believes in those types of bonds. So I guess that's why Mikey kind of likes him, just like how loyal he is. So yeah, everyone's really happy and relieved that he lived. We see Mikey finally like he kind of collapses because he was like putting on a tough front in front of everyone. But once he realizes that Draken is all good, it's just like, all his emotions are out there. He's finally like relieved, and we can move on. Also, Takamichi visits Draken in the hospital the next day, and then he gives him Mikey's first gang uniform. So, cool outfit for Takamichi. It doesn't really suit him, though, not yet, so he's not really gang level yet, so maybe he'll grow into it. Also, we see that Mikey is kind of suspicious that Takamichi kind of knows everything. Like, oh, how'd you know this gang fight was gonna happen? How'd you know to save Draken's life? Everything about, like, this conspiracy against the Tokyo Manji gang. It's like, it's kind of weird how Takamichi kind of knows everything. But he doesn't really press Takamichi on it since he saved Draken. So, like a light confrontation there. And it definitely might build into something in the future. So then, yeah, since the timeline is saved, we saved Draken. It's August 4th now, so the dreaded day is gone. We can finally go back into the future. So before we do that, Takamichi gives Hinata this 4-leaf clover necklace. So, good luck charm, pretty on the nose. So hopefully she takes care of that. And then he shakes hands with Naoto and goes back into the future timeline. So what happens here? Everything's kind of different in the sense that the characters that we thought were dead, they're not dead anymore. So then Takamichi, he gets his job still at the DVD place. He didn't get fired. So yeah, that's first things first. That's different. Second of all, Akun lived. And he looks like a good-ass person. Like, he doesn't look like he's like 40 years old under stress. He's working at a hair salon. He's still an assistant, so he's like making his way up. And then the most important part, he gets a call by Naoto, and he's like, "Yo, Takamichi, you did it. Hinata is alive." So she's alive. We finally did it. 11 episodes. We don't see her yet, so next episode, like, they're gonna visit her. We did it. We saved her. So I wonder what's going to happen next. There's definitely not going to end that easy. There might be like some gang fights happening in the future. But yeah, as of now, this future timeline is pretty good. Great kind of episode. Sums up the whole gang fight that we got the past few episodes. And now, it's like a totally new thing's probably going to happen in the future. Okay, so for Odd Taxi episode 11. What a great episode. I love these types of episodes where you just get straight monologuing for like half the episode. I really like the storytelling and the way they portray characters, where they're just like kind of real people just like telling us their problems in narration form. So yeah, here we go. It's told in the point of view of Nikaido. She's the little cute white dog from the Mystery Kiss idol group. And then she kind of tells us what happened to the black cat. So yeah, there was the black cat in their idol group that was missing, and this is what happened. So Nikaido never wanted to lose, and then she kind of had the best looks out of everyone. But she's like inexperienced on the stage. So then, yeah, she decided to be an idol for whatever reason. So she was kind of jealous of the black cats, and she was like very good at dancing and very good at just like, showing off and not being nervous in front of people. So yeah, she kind of has some hidden anxiety bottled up. And then one day she kind of developed a relationship with Baba. He's the dude from the Homo sapiens radio group. And then he kind of like tells her it's okay to lose. Like he's like very easygoing. He doesn't take life too seriously. And then like he's like very nice and polite. So Nikaido, she's very competitive, and then Baba's kind of like the polar opposite that kind of like calms her down. So like they just like slowly develop a good relationship together. The issue is though, one day the black cat girl, her name is Yuki. She basically got chosen to be the leading star of the idol group instead of Nikaido. But now Yuki took her spot. So Nikaido got super jealous. She got so mad. I don't know why. Yo, come on, girl. It's not that serious. But it's like part of her character. She hates losing. So she kind of got those murder eyes. So she tells Yuki one day, hey, can you come up to the idol building? I want to talk to you about something. So then, yeah, she was prepared to murder her unless she agreed to, like, drop out of the being the star idol. So yeah, the last she was seen, she takes a taxi into the idol building. And then, that's Odokawa's taxi. So we know that. But then Odokawa didn't kill her or anything. Nikaido visits her. And then she's already dead. So she's in the idol building, just like sitting down dead. Someone killed her. Like, it looks like she got poisoned or choked out or something. So yeah, rest in peace. But it wasn't Nikaido that killed her. She sees the dead body and she just kind of like falls back. She's like, oh shit, who did this? And then the idol manager comes in. And then he's like, okay. We gotta deal with this. So yeah, they kind of hide her dead body. And they basically work with the Yakuza to kind of like hide the body, like throw it under the sea. So then yeah, that's why Yano and everyone, they're involved with them. Basically the agreement is that they get a half of their idol profits, as well as just they have to agree to do any type of work that they ask. So yeah, they're in debt to Yakuza, and then they finally hide the body. Well, a whole lot of shit that did, because they found the body. So yeah, rest in peace. And then there's also a black cat substitute in their idol group. So they have to explain that to the media. They basically got a lookalike replacement girl. And then that's why all of this happened. That's why Odokawa notices there's two different people. Because they look the same, but they're just like slightly different. So they got a replacement just to like, stop anyone from being suspicious. But the fact that the body was like retrieved, it makes it so they have to like explain their ways. So yeah, they said that she was missing. She's the daughter of like this famous radio guy, so yeah, rest in peace to her. We don't know why she died, who killed her. It could be anyone. I have some theories, but yeah, just like this whole episode, very good storytelling. Nikaido with her monotone, tired voice, and then yeah, it's kind of escalating because after that, Odokawa still has to kind of like solve the bank robbery problem. The plan kind of changes because Odokawa loses his inside man, so I wonder what he's gonna do next. So then, yeah, the bank heist, the 1 billion yen, that's still going on, as well as Goriki. He realizes that Odokawa, his parents died when he was younger. They kind of like maybe had a double suicide and then drove into the water. And Odokawa kind of like has no memory of that. So yeah, that's why he has some kind of mental issue. He was like in this hospital for like a few months, but then they kind of let him go because he didn't really have any brain problems. He just had memory loss for that one moment. And then he also like wrote all of his like kind of experiences in this diary after the accident, so it's kind of like a memory diary. And then Goriki wants to read Odokawa's diary. Maybe that'll give him a key into like what's wrong with Odokawa's mind. Does he see people as animals? So yeah, all of that is happening. We realize that the Mystery Kiss idol group is involved in some deep shit, some body hiding, some murder, and Odokawa is trying to like arrest all the Yakuza members. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how we're gonna end up on this anime. Very exciting, very great storytelling, and then each episode just like gets me so hooked. Okay, so for Shadow's House episode 11, Amilko got mind controlled by the coffee, so then Kate's trying to snap her back out of it. The evil grandpa Shadow Coffee trying to control all the dolls. So then she basically forces Amilko to drink a lot of water because water can counteract the soot. So then yeah, Amilko's just out there chugging water. It kind of hurts her while Kate's kind of forcing her to drink more water. And yeah, we see Amilko slowly remembering things. She remembers Rum and she feels very sad because she was like happy that Rum died. And then she finally realizes that yeah, that's all the coffee's doing. So yeah, Amilko is snapped back to normal, so that's good. But then what's bad is we finally find out the last kind of remaining mystery of the Shadow House. Well, there's probably more to go, but this is kind of like the huge thing. We learn about the living dolls, what like their whole deal is, who made them. They're actually people. These living dolls are slaves. So they're being kidnapped by the nearby village. So then, yeah, the shadows, they go from a train down to the village. And they give all the villagers these shadow coals to, like, kind of use as energy. And then in return, they get kids. They basically take kids as payments. So yeah, they're brainwashing kids. They're feeding them the shadow coffee and then treating them as dolls. And then kind of, like, wipe all their memories. So yeah, that's very huge. Just like, and all the villagers kind of like they're inhaling all the soot from the like by just being close to the mansion. So that's why they kind of listen to them. They kind of like the soot kind of like makes their brain a little weaker. So goddamn, we got slavery, we got taxation, we got mind control. Like holy shit. So yeah, these shadows, they are like, you know, parasites, and then they're feeding off the kids. They need the kids to give them like real bodies. So yeah, I'm pretty sad. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen. How are we gonna save them? So then, yeah, Kate realizes all of this. She realizes that these living dolls are actually people, and then she tells Emilico about it. So yeah, they finally know the truth, and then, you know, maybe they're gonna fight back. They're gonna defeat the grandfather. The thing is, Emilico goes missing right after she learns this. So someone kidnapped her, and then she's trying to like look for her, Kate. So she goes to ask John for help, and then yeah, John's like very concerned, so he wants to help her. And then he realizes the truth as well. So Kate tells him the truth. So then his doll, Sean, he's also kind of brainwashed. So Sean's trying to like snap him back out of it. So instead of drinking water, they just fight. He punches Sean. He's like, bro, you're not acting like yourself. And then Sean punches John again. He's like, yo, we're not supposed to care about trivial matters. Come on, bro. And yeah, they keep fighting. So this was a cool way to snap him back out of it. Just like punching each other until they get tired. And then yeah, Sean realizes that who he really is. And then yeah, they finally get their memories back. So yeah, just like the mind control coffee, that's just like it just suppresses their real like personality, and then, you know, keeps them brainwashed. Also, the other shadows, Kate asked the other shadows to help her. It was Louis and Patrick. So yeah, all the other shadows are trying to help her. They realize that Edward is the one who kidnapped her, and then they're trying to kind of like, I guess, brainwash her again, see if she's loyal to the house. So that's the whole reason. So yeah, we finally have our full squad of shadows. Only Kate and John really know the truth. They don't want to like spread it around yet. So yeah, hopefully we rescue Emilico in time. And then yeah, I'm just like so happy, and like these reveals in this anime, very nice, very cool. You know, horror themes. It's like it's really out here. Okay, so for To Your Eternity, episode 10, very cool episode. Fushi, we kind of left him off by being attacked by the tree spirit. So then yeah, Gugu's trying to help him. He realizes that he has alcohol inside of him that he can kind of light up in fire, so he can kind of burn the spirit. So he tries doing this, but he doesn't really have enough alcohol left inside of him. So he runs into the factory to try to like get more alcohol. The thing is, though, Rin and her whole family are there, and Gugu's really drunk because there's a leak inside of him. So then yeah, he just like has some alcohol spilling inside of him that makes him super drunk. But yeah, it's really funny seeing him just like really drunk, just like walking around, being so like incoherent, but he's just like asking for more alcohol to save Fushi. So then yeah, he finally gets the alcohol. Ren's parents kind of want her to go back home, but then Puron, the old lady, she kind of like tells him to stay inside the alcohol building because there's a fight going on outside. So yeah, Gugu goes to save the day. Oh, before he leaves, he kind of tells Rin, "I love you." So yo, pretty cute. He finally said it, but he has more important things to do. He has to save Fushi. So yeah, Fushi's fighting, but literally all his forms have been taken, so he's just gone. So yeah, what does Gugu do? He still burns that shit alive. So he burns the villain, and then Fushi's memories, they're back to normal. So yeah, basically he turns back into a rock, but then the god, he basically touches the rock, and then he kind of stores all the emotions back into the rock, so they're not lost. So yeah, the god finally tells Fushi that you're really lucky this guy saved you, because if you lost all those memories and that no one killed the spirit, it would be over for you. So then yeah, Gugu saves him. He just like, you know, learns a new ability, just like alcohol fire. So that's pretty cool. And then the god finally tells us about like what these dudes are. They're called knockers, and they're kind of planning to destroy the world. So then Fushi's like whole goal is to kind of get experiences, be strong enough to fight back against them. So then yeah, that's pretty interesting. But then the god, he kind of wants Fushi to go keep traveling, go to the next place, because there's nothing more to learn here. No one died, so there's like no experiences left for you to take. So just go travel somewhere else to find more strong stimulus. The issue is, though, Fushi doesn't want to leave. Like, Rin and Gugu, they're all happy here. All of Rin's parents, they're like, yo, Gugu's cooking is so good. And then, the old man and the old woman, they're all like, nice and friendly. So then, yeah, Fushi realizes that he wants to stay here. And the god is like, alright, that's another plan we can take. Maybe there'll be some different growth in you, but okay, we'll do that. So Fushi stays with everyone. He stays with Gugu. And then, out of nowhere, 4-year time skip. 4 years later, we see Gugu. He gets so much taller and muscular, so he's just like this big, buff, masked Chad. And then, yeah, he's just like running the store. Everything's like all good. And then we see Fushi, his Form 1, the white-haired boy. He's getting some facial hair. So he's also getting a bit older. So apparently his forms like age. That's pretty interesting. So he's like kind of like a real person now, I guess. But yeah, instead of traveling everywhere now, he's just like staying in one place. So 4 years, nothing bad happened yet, but everything's like all good at the house. So I wonder where they're gonna go from here. Because, like literally anything can happen in this anime. So yeah, very great episode to show us that like, alright, we beat the villain, no one has died, so, let's chill, I guess. So then yeah, Gugu, Rin, Fushi, everyone's like, getting older. So 2 more episodes left. So there's still like a lot more room for more story to come. Maybe Fushi will have a new experience. Maybe we'll get some more death. Yeah, we will see in the future. Alright, so for Fruits Basket episode 11. Cool episode, kind of like we see Toru and Kyo after the hospital. They kind of kiss to talk about like, oh yeah, I'm sorry for, calling you. I'm disappointed in you. And then Toru's like, okay, nah, it's all good. And then I forgive you and everything. So yeah, Kyo is still kind of self-deprecating, but it's all good. They kind of make up, and now they're, I guess they're starting from scratch. This is their second kiss, so it's very cute. After that, though, we hear the story about the whole Zodiac origins. Basically, there was a god that was kind of like, he lived in the mountains alone. So he decided to, like, get some friends, like, make some animal friends. So it started off with the cat, and then he got everyone else. So he got all these animal spirits with him. That's basically the whole Zodiac origins. The issue is, though, he realizes that people are gonna die. So then the cat dies first. So then he's like, okay, I'll make y'all immortal. So once our bodies die, well, our spirits will still like revive into someone else in the future. And we'll always be together. We'll get to eat together, have our banquet together. So yeah, it's basically this dude, he's so lonely that he has all these 12 Zodiac animals just like console him. The issue is, though, the cat Zodiac, he does not want to be immortal. He hates immortality. He's like, yo, being mortal is fine. Like, everything should have an end. So then all the animals kind of shun him and blame him. They're like, bro, what's wrong with you? So that's why the cat spirit is hated. They kind of use him as a scapegoat. None of them really want immortality, but then they just like blame their downfalls on the cat. So yeah, that's why the cat's getting dunked on all the time. So yeah, pretty cool story. And then everyone kind of dies in the end. But then, they keep getting revived. So that tells us about, like, Akito and everyone. Why everything's happening like this. And then we finally end the anime with all the bonds being broken. So, yeah, there were a few more bonds that were left. I think it was, like, 2 of the girls. As well as, like, the Yuki's brother with the white hair. So, yeah, they finally get to, like, hug their significant others and stuff. They finally, like, have their bonds broken. They're living free. So, I wonder how we're going to sum up the anime. Maybe we get some happy conclusions with everyone. I'm very excited. So, yeah, feel good episode. Toru and Kyo get a relationship, and all the bonds are broken. So, there's infinite possibilities. Alright, so for My Hero Academia, episodes 12 to 13. So, nothing really important happened here, but I guess they're setting up, like, new story points, which is pretty exciting. So, Todoroki and Bakugo, they finally get their hero licenses, their provisional hero licenses, because, they were left back for, failing the test. So they're finally, like, kind of, like, the next step to being real heroes. They can finally go all out on the field, like, they have their licenses. So then after that, 30 minutes after they pass their test, they go, like, just, like, defeat this villain very easily. Yeah, just, like, Todoroki and Bakugo, they're, like, really strong, and then they finally get to be actual heroes. They get interviewed. And then the thing is, like, Bakugo keeps yelling in the interview, and Todoroki's, like, very quiet. So, yeah, they get some interview practice with Mount Lady. So some more fan service this episode, and we get some funny hero practice interviews. So after that, we get some hero internships. So they're telling the people that we need more heroes. So can we get some more internships to counter all these new villain groups that are popping up? So yeah, I guess more internship stuff going on. So I really don't like them reusing the internship idea, but I guess it's as good as any to get them like out in the field, do some action. Because yeah, there's some riots happening. There's like the Deca City riots. So yeah, like there are more villain groups popping up. Also, this episode takes place in the winter, so a few months have passed. We see Eri, she grown a little bit. Her quirk got a little bigger, and then they have a Christmas party. So yeah, we're almost in the beginning of summer, but yeah, there's a Christmas themed party going on. So yeah, pretty cute. We see everyone in some random ass Santa Claus outfits, and then yeah, I guess next episode we'll get some internship stuff going on. Alright, so for I Killed Slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Episode 11. So here we get some mushroom barbecue party going on. Hakara picks some mushrooms. So it's all good. They're eating some delicious mushrooms. None of them are poisonous. Except one that she grew in her own room. And then that one is kind of like a dwarf mushroom that turns you younger. So Azusa is kind of like a little kid now. She still has her memories and stuff. So she's basically like a cute young lolly, and everyone's kind of fawning over her, but she wants to turn back into a person. So yeah, what do? They summon Beelzebub again to help them out. So yeah, there's kind of like a recurring theme happening. Basically, there's like an issue going on, so they ask the demon world to help them, and then just go on some mission, and then they solve everything in the end. So yeah, that happened like maybe 4 times already, but hey, it's still working. So they go to the demon world, and then Pecora tells her that the world tree has a pharmacist on top of it. So then yeah, we get a whole world tree thing. It's kind of like a Dragon Quest like mission. It's a big 107 floor dungeon, and they kind of have to like travel it to like get the medicine. So she goes with Fatla and Vanya, the 2 Leviathans, and then yeah, they explore the whole world tree. The thing is, this isn't like a dangerous world tree dungeon. It's a tourism place where they just have an elevator that you could pay money to just like climb the floors. And all the enemies, the monsters here, they're kind of tame, and then they like respect the people. So yeah, this place is a huge tourist trap. There's a bunch of hotels and stuff you can rest at. So it's kind of like a nice, fun trip. The thing is, though, like the upper levels of the world tree, there's still some monsters there, so they fight it. But yeah, there's still no issues so far. So yeah, they go to the top of the dungeon, 107 floors, and then they realize that the medicine to cure Azusa is the Mandragora medicine that the Witch of the Cave made. So that red-haired girl, Ino, she makes a reappearance, and then they realize that there's like a wyvern elevator that you can go up and down really quickly, so you don't have to like travel up the tree. You can just like use the wyvern shortcuts. But yeah, they could have like taken the Mandragora medicine in the first place, but Pecora, the demon lord, she wanted Azusa to like go on this mission for fun. But then yeah, everything's all good. Azusa finally eats the medicine and turns back to normal. The thing is, her clothing rips because she's wearing like smaller clothes, and then she kind of like is naked now. And then yeah, the demon lord basically pranked her. So then Azusa kind of counter pranks her by taking a bath together. We end the episode there with another like kind of a bat scene. But I guess the moral of the story is don't trust Halkara, because she's always making these mistakes that kind of get people in trouble. Alright, so for Ijiranaide, Nagatoro-san, episode 11. So we get the senpai, he's trying to like do some good art for the competition, trying to compete against the club president. The thing is, she's really good. She's like winning all these competitions, she's good at everything she does. But then the one caveat that she has, she makes really nude art. She makes really kind of like sexy art of herself to like woo in people. So yeah, it's hard to compete against her since she's like really thick. And then if she makes a nude art picture of herself, it's like, everyone's gonna vote for her. So then he tries to draw Nagatoro, but then they all kind of tease her like she's not thick enough to win the competition, so she gets all sad. And then also the president comes, and then he talks to the senpai one day, and she tells him that love is needed to make a good art piece. So he runs after Nagatoro, and then he realizes that like she's the most attractive to him, so she asks her to model for him. So I'm excited to see what art piece the senpai works on to beat the thick club president.